Raider Nation, what's going on? Jeremy Chuggs here live on a happy hour Friday. Sans Mitchell Rins, I'm stepping in. He's on his bachelor party right now. So let's get it rocking and rolling. We got some Raiders training camp updates. We have a Raiders mailbag coming up, and we're all chilling. We're hanging out with the nation. We already got the party started early, and I know a lot of people are probably wondering, Jeremy, who are you going to have produce? You're usually the producer of the Raiders Report. Well, I had to call him the A-team. I went to the bullpen on this one. Got a heater. My man Chip is in the building. Chipper with us today. Let us know where you're watching from, Chip. You ready to rock and roll today?
Oh, I'm ready to go, baby. I'm ready to go.
Chip's a youngin'. He said, I'm going out tonight. I'm ready to party. This is the pregame right now. So Chip's ready to rock. I'm ready to rock. We're ready to have a great time with the nation. Who's down to party? Who's down to have a party? Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know where you're partying right now. We got Vermont, Los Angeles, Ohio in the chat as well. Chicago, Salt Lake City, all with us today. And we already got the party started early with my man, Noah Santana. Suavemente. He said, this game right here is rough as fuck. These hoes out here about the Bucks. These fools out here afraid to bust. I have no fear, afraid of what? My peers, we coming up. And with my peers, we coming up. Fools talk real loud, but don't run up. We still come through, they run and duck. We still right here, so what the fuck? Let's go!
Oh.
Let's go, Noah! We bout it! We bout it, Noah! Let's go! He knows what's up. Gangsta Nation, where you at? Let's go! Let's go! Early $10, and that's a little happy dad death row for you right there. And
Yes, sir.
I gotta say, I'm already fired up, Nation. I'm already fired up for this show because we got this super chat whenever we started out. Somebody from a rival channel here at Chat Sports, Kurgan Cold of our Steelers Talk channel. This is what Kurgan had to say. Mitch had to ditch, so don't ever challenge Steelers Nation. Again, P.S. Catch me on Steelers Talk live today if y'all want some of this. I mean, sending shots.
Sending shots
Early.
We don't back down, man.
Dude,
Come on.
He has no idea who he's messing with. This channel is on a little heater, but hey, Raiders Report's been there, done that. We've been on heaters. We've been on hot streaks. We've been there, done that before. So, Kurgan, I'm sorry. You don't even know who you're messing with right now because the nation, if you poke the bear, you'll see what's up. I promise you'll see what's up. I promise you that. Next up, my man Noah, one more time. I mean, Gangsta Nation, we here. I think I just laid out the song for you right there. But, I mean, they're weak. They're weak over there. They think they're about that life, but they're not. They're not. Oh, I don't even know if I read the first one, but I'll get back to Noah's words in just a second. But I got to show some love real quick to the sponsor of today's show, and that is Game Time. Go check them out today. Our ticketing app, the only ticketing app I like to use. So go check out Game Time. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with this app. Don't download the Game Time app. Create an account and use code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Download Game Time today. Lowest prices, last minute tickets. You'll get it right there. I'm telling you. Hey, flash deals. You'll be able to see your seat before you buy it, and it's the lowest prices guaranteed. So if you're ever in Vegas, this is the time to go check out Game Time. I promise you that. I went and saw a ton of shows in Vegas with the Game Time app. I saw Adam Sandler's stand-up. I saw a magic show. Shin Lim, who was on America's Got Talent, I saw him because of the Game Time app. Don't miss out because you're not using this app. Go check it out today. Go download Game Time and use code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. So, going back to Noah Santana, I got love for my brother, but we can never go nowhere unless we share with each other. We got to start making changes. Learn to see me as a brother instead of two distant strangers. Tupac, unity for the nation. Hey, Noah bringing the heat early. Noah's on a banger right now. Noah's on one.
On a heater, man.
On an absolute heater. My man, Noah Santana. We're going to be talking about Raiders training camp and practice today. So I have a quick question for each and every single one of you at home right now. What position battle are you watching closely at camp right now? I want to know from you folks at home because probably going to do a updated, top Raiders position battles next week, mid-camp before the first preseason game. So I want to hear from you. What position battles are you closely watching at camp? For me, Chip, it'd have to be that wide receiver 3. I mean, I know it's probably going to be Trey Tucker, but Michael Gallup retiring kind of put a wrench in a little bit of stuff. And then obviously the cornerback 2 opposite of Jack Jones. Is it going to be Jacorian Bennett? They drafted DeCamerion Richardson. Brandon Faison still on the team. So I don't know who's going to start opposite of Jack Jones because this Raiders defense, it looks pretty good so far.
Yeah, I mean, you also have the obvious one that we're getting here in the comments section. The quarterback battle, man.
Of course.
What, the normie answer. The normie answer, but it's the obvious one.
I was a little Taco Bell. I wanted to think outside the bun with my answer, but obviously quarterback is up there. We're going to be talking about the quarterbacks today. Maybe we'll be a little less hype for that part of the show, but yeah, definitely the quarterback battle is one where we're a little bit I don't know if DeMoke's gonna like what I have to say about the quarterback battle. I'll just say that. But we do have a super chat menu on tap for you today. It is a happy hour Friday, a little thirsty part of the week, right before the weekend. Every super chat, we're of course gonna give you a shout out. Every $10, we'll hit you with the beer cheers. Thank you, Noah. Every 100, I'll rip a beer bong, and then every $100 super chat, I'll rip a beer bong, and then every $1,000 we get to collectively, I'm gonna do a boot. I can't do it for every 300 or 500. My stomach just can't work like that right now. I'm been on a little bit of a diet, so I'm gonna definitely hurt myself if I try to do that. But I'm going old school. The real ones remember the boot meter. Every time we get to $1,000 combined, I'm ripping a boot. Maybe Chip will throw in a boot here.
I might have to get in the mix, man. I might have to get in the mix.
I don't know, Chip. I don't know. And then just because Mitch isn't here doesn't mean we're not going to do our famous duck races. So make sure you look at this because it's not Mitchell Renz 365. Today, if you want to enter the duck race, you got to add me at Jeremy Chuggs on Venmo. I'll do my best to keep my my phone open and get all of that in order. But if you want to get in the duck race today, it's with me at Jeremy Chuggs on Venmo. If you want to get in our duck race at the very end of the show, wanted to keep this going just because I know everybody loves the duck races. And just because Mitch is gone doesn't mean we can't not do the duck races. So if you want to get in on it, you know where to find me at Jeremy Chuggs. I'll keep my phone open. I'll keep my stuff ready just in case y'all want to get in and have some fun. Rebel Montana is in the chat. Wear a random jersey. Need a Raiders jersey on the stream. So I have a Jim Otto. I have a Tuna. I have a Wild One. I have a Chuggs. I have some jerseys back there. If somebody goes crazy, if somebody does something, I'll run back there and grab a jersey. I'll go ahead and do it. Also, Bobby Hernandez said, "Can I get a Hoya?" Of course you can, Bobby. Of course you can get a Hoya. Always. If you want to get on our show later, actually, we're going to be doing a mailbag for our second segment on today's show. So I need your questions. I don't want your questions. I need your questions. So go down there, use hashtag Raiders to be featured on our mailbag later up on the show. Also, you can obviously super chat to get on the program as well. This is a perfect example right here. A hashtag Raiders question. We'll probably use this later on in our mailbag from John. Woo! Hashtag Raiders, do you think Doss has a chance to be the wide receiver 4? That's a tough one because, just signed at the start of training camp. Obviously, he's a little bit behind some of these other guys. But, behind the top 3 wide receivers, it's pretty much wide open. I don't know if they keep more than 5 receivers on this team, especially because it looks like they're going to be running a lot of 12 personnel, which means 2 tight ends on the field at once. Doss has a chance. He has, that rapport with Tom Telesco with his time with the Chargers the past couple of years, and then obviously was a Raider before. He started on the Hard Knocks series. So he'll definitely have a shot at the wide receiver 4 battle. I don't know if he ends up making the team. I would say he has as good of a shot as anybody behind the top 3 guys because it's wide open for that wide receiver 4 battle. Timmy Jones. Everyone who's butthurt about us mocking Patty Mahomes and think we shouldn't have said that, y'all can go eat corn the long way. # Raiders. And Timmy, I'm glad you brought this up because I wanted to ask the nation. I heard both sides of the aisle yesterday on X, on Twitter. What say you? Do you like the Mahomes puppet antics, yes or no? I'm going to give my answer during our first segment, but I'll put it over to my man Chip real quick. What, from an outsider's perspective, Chip, he helps run our Eagles channel. He helps a lot here with a ton of channels here at Chat Sports. A outside perspective, a non-biased perspective, has nothing to do with the Chiefs or the Raiders. What do you think about the Kermit Mahomes puppet yesterday?
Yeah, look, honestly, was it funny? Absolutely. Did I get a laugh out of it? Absolutely. It is very hilarious. But look, I'm not a fan of it personally, especially coming from, the player that it came from, a rookie trying to make the team. Like, all I know is if it was my team that did something like that, I'd be like, oh yeah, it's funny, like good stuff. But I'd be like, damn, like, can you be a little more, focused on some football here maybe? You know what I'm saying? I know you beat him last year. And, I'm all for talking your smack, no doubt about it. But to me, I think it's, not exactly what you need to be focused on, but, it's also not too serious at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, Antonio Peirce had one thing and one thing only to say around the antics from yesterday, and he said, we nipped it in the bud, we got it taken care of. He sounded like a strict dad there. He sounded like he gave some whoopings in the locker room.
Yeah, didn't like that one.
So we'll talk about it later on in the program, but yeah, it was definitely something yesterday. It took the internet by storm, and then Patrick Mahomes, obviously, he came on and, gave his thoughts around the whole, Mahomes puppet and whatever not. But like I said, we'll talk about that during our first segment. We'll talk about the latest Raiders rumors, NFL news, everything around Raiders training camp that you need to know. And then our second segment for today is a Raiders mailbag. So if you want to get going on that, use # Raiders or Super Chat. Let's see. Oh, Norman said he's trying to get in the race a little bit. $20 if you want to get in the duck race later on in today's program. Chip, are we ready to start this first segment?
You're ready to rock and roll.
Yeah. All right. Before we get going, actually, I think we might be good. We're at 69 likes right now. I was gonna say. Let's get those likes up, but I don't even know if I want them to get the likes up at this point. I mean, I don't know. Let me do one last thing and tweet. I forgot to tweet out the live. I was going to tweet it out at 4. But if you could just give some shout-outs real quick in the comment section, Chipperoo, and then I'm going to tweet this out, tag you and Mitch, and then we'll get rocking on today's show.
Yes, sir. Who we got? Bobby Hernandez letting y'all know. Hit that like button, baby. Hit that like button, baby. We're up to 76 now. Let's get to 100. Can
we get to 100?
Come on. Don't get it twisted. It's still and always. Paint matters. Salute to the real ones in the chat. My man can't get right. We always getting right over here, dog. John, how do you get in the duck race? Man, we got you. Hit up Chuggs, not Mitch.
Not Mitch.
Hit up Chuggs over on Venmo, right here.
If you send Mitch a Venmo right now, it will probably be going to his drink fund. So
you won't be getting in the race.
Yeah.
You won't be getting in the race. Sienna, thoughts on the top 100 players rankings? I know that they've been pumping those out.
Yeah, I talked to somebody yesterday about it. I feel like it used to be a much bigger deal. I feel like I would always be waiting on Sundays to see who were the next 10 players. Now it's very nonchalant.
Yeah, so I do know that they released Christian Wilkins' ranking today. He comes in at 58. What do we think about 58 here for Christian Wilkins? I feel like it's maybe a little low. Let's see who he's below here. Similar positions. He's below Jonathan Allen, below Keenan Allen, obviously receiver, below Stephon Diggs, right above Bobby Wagner, Raheem Mostert. So they've released up to 51 so far, so about half the list.
Okay, so we're halfway through. You said Christian Wilkins was what, 56?
58. He's up 23 spots from last year. So making his way up.
I thought you were about to say making his way downtown.
Making his way downtown. Bobby Wagner being at 59 is ridiculous. That man is cooked. What year is it? Bobby Wagner.
Bobby Wagner was at 59?
Yeah. Above Cooper Kupp.
I don't know about that one, Jim.
I don't know about that one.
I don't know about that one.
Let's see. Yeah.
All right, cool. It is twitted out. I went ahead and twitted it, so we should be good. Whew, that was a close call, Chip.
That's the most dangerous.
Oh, yeah. Oh, very close. All right. We do have a couple people in the duck race already, so if you want to get in on the action, I already have Norman, I already have John in the duck race. $20 Venmo at Jeremy Chuggs, not Mitchell Renz, at Jeremy Chuggs if you want to get in on the duck race today. And I think we're going to start this first set. Oh, Bobby actually has a question for you in the chat.
Oh, Bobby. Can I get a hi-ya?
Oh, that was a nice one. That was a nice one. I like the little extended there.
You gotta, play it out a little bit. You gotta let it ride, man.
Okay. All right, let's get into this first segment. We're gonna be breaking down stuff at Raiders training camp and Antonio Peirce press conference and everything you need to know about Kermit Mahomes. So, all right, I think we're ready to get this going. Go down and hit the like button, and let's get into today's show. You don't have Batman today, you got Robin. Jeremy Chuggs covering for Mitch here on the Raiders Report. But coming up, we have the latest news and rumors around the Raiders and training camp updates from today. Everything you need to know around the silver and black, we got you covered. And the first thing we got to talk about, I saw it everywhere on Twitter yesterday. I saw everybody freaking out on both sides. Chiefs fans crying to their moms all day long around this right here. A little child's antic, little puppet action with Raiders rookie Trey Taylor. The safety out of Air Force was given a Kermit puppet with a Mahomes jersey and looked like a little Mahomes wig there. And he called Mahomes bitch. So there's that. I personally wouldn't be doing this if I was a rookie. I don't think this is the best look. Antonio Peirce talked about it today. He said, we nipped it in the bud. We got it taken care of. On to the next question. He had no really thought process about wanting to go in detail about any of this. He didn't want to add any fuel to the fire. But like I said, if this was Jack Jones, if this was Max Crosby, I probably wouldn't have cared as much. But Trey, you're a rookie trying to make this 53-man roster. You are talking about the defending Super Bowl champion in the Kansas City Chiefs. You're adding more fuel to a fire that didn't need to be added already. You're not a part of the team that beat the Chiefs last season. You can't really do that smack talk. You haven't earned it yet. You don't deserve, the ability to talk trash to Patrick Mahomes yet. Max Crosby, Jack Jones, the guys on that defense, guys who played last year, fine with me. It just rubbed me a little bit the wrong way as a guy who, hasn't even stepped foot on the field yet for the silver and black in any meaningful game, is already adding to this outside noise around this Raiders team. That's my take on it. What do you say, though? Let me know. Do you like the Mahomes puppet antics from yesterday's practice? Go down in the comments, say yes or no. Let me know your thoughts. I'm really interested to see, y'all's perspective on it. I personally didn't love it, but that's just me. Next up on the show, Darren Waller came out and talked. He recently retired from the NFL, from the New York Giants, but he talked about he really regrets that he had to leave Las Vegas. And he talked about, having second thoughts. Not that it was necessarily all his, idea or all his plan. He ended up getting traded away from the Raiders with Josh McDaniels and Dave Ziegler. But he went on Max Crosby's podcast, and this is what he had to say. I had a definitive why before. I just feel like I don't have one anymore. I would have loved to stay in Vegas. I'm riding for the city. We do a lot of shit. Guys like me and Max, we really care about these MFers. And it's still love at the end of the day. And Mitch always says, Raider Nation always says, once a Raider, always a Raider. And I think that means, obviously if you're still in the league, if you're playing for another team, it's not like we're going to take it easy on you. It's not like we're like, oh yeah, you were a Raider at one point, so we're all good. But once you leave the league, once you're out of playing football, once you played for this team, you always have somewhere to come back. So regardless of all the stuff between Darren Waller and all the outside noise and everything that went on, I still like to say once a Raider, always a Raider. Derek Carr, once he retires from the game of football, once he's not quarterbacking for another team, I would love for him to come back to Las Vegas at some point because like we say, once a Raider, always a Raider. And if you believe in that, if you like the mantra, once a Raider, always a Raider, go down and hit that like button for me right now. Hit up that thumbs up icon because I just think, it's a game. And when we're in the game, when we're playing, when we're against, somebody who used to be on the team and they're a rival, that's one thing. But once they're outside of the game, once they're, in regular life, I think it's okay to say, you know what? You were a part of this team. You brought a lot of great memories for this team. Hell, Darren Waller still holds the record for most receptions by any Raiders player in a regular season. So I like to say once a Raider, always a Raider. If you agree, go down and hit that like button. Next up, we have some takeaways from Raiders practice today. Also, a little, here and there of Antonio Peirce's press conference. Wanted to sprinkle that in, some stuff that AP had to say. First note that I have for you, rookies are impressing so far. Some really good news out of Raiders training camp so far. Let's start with the first round pick in Brock Bowers. 3 straight back shoulder fade catches. He looked fantastic today. Brock Bowers has been living up to the hype as that, number one option, as a guy who can be, Devontae's the one option. And then Brock Bowers might be that second option alongside Jacoby Myers. I think Brock has really proven himself. I know a lot of people were like, we don't need a tight end. We drafted one last year in Michael Mayer. Why are we getting Brock Bowers? Because he's a damn good football player and he can get open regardless of position. Like we always say, he's kind of a slot hybrid along with being a tight end. But he really showed his stuff in practice today, looked unguardable by many reports at practice today for the Raiders. Another rookie that has been impressing a ton, Dylan Laube continues to impress during training camp, maybe being the RB2. Antonio Peirce actually had something to say about this as well because Laube has been turning a lot of heads at camp so far. This is what AP had to say. He surprises you with his speed, really good with the ball after the catch. I think he gives you a value of a third down back and some special teams value as well. So Laube already showing his stuff, already proving that he can be a valuable asset to this squad. And another rookie that's stepping up and really needs to step up in my opinion because this depth chart, this linebacker depth chart, pretty thin, is Tommy Eichenberg. He's making the case to possibly be that linebacker 3 for the Raiders this season. This is what AP had to say on Tommy. Tommy is a silent killer. Tommy has slowly, each and every day, gotten better and better, and I'm going back to OTAs and minicamp. He's come right into training camp and picked right up. He's put himself in position to be a backup or be a guy to get some playing time for us. So there you have it right there. AP saying maybe Tommy Eichenberg as linebacker 3. We've talked about, is it going to be a Luke Masterson? Could a second-year player in Amari Burney step up for this Raider squad? But I know a lot of people out there are hoping that it's Tommy Eichenberg, and he's been compared to a Robert Spillane type, which this team gushes over. Spillane is one of the favorites on this defense right now. If Eichenberg can learn from Spillane and kind of have a little bit of that, Spillane rubbed off on him, he can become a really good linebacker for this squad. And the rookies, they need to step up for this team because obviously they made some big signings in Christian Wilkins and some other guys in the offseason, but they're leaning heavily on this rookie class to come in immediately and produce for this squad. So it's great news that these rookies have come in and impressed the coaching staff early on during training camp. We have more training camp news and updates coming up in just a moment, but I couldn't do this show today if it wasn't for our amazing sponsor in Game Time. Go check them out today. I've been using Game Time for a while, and it's my go-to ticketing app for sporting events, concerts, and comedy shows. This year alone, I've been able to see Shane Gillis, Dave Chappelle, Drake, Adele, and plan on going to multiple baseball and basketball and football games as well. Don't miss out on a once-in-a-lifetime experience by using the Game Time app to get you the best deals on last-second tickets. Buy tickets in seconds with 2 taps. Game Time has deals on tickets right up to the start of the event, and even an hour after it starts, it's the place to find last-minute seats. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Download the Game Time app today. Last minute tickets Lowest prices guaranteed. Second note from training camp today, and it's a little bit going in from yesterday as well. The team is motivated for this next year. They hear all the outside noise. They hear that the Raiders aren't going to be good this year. The Raiders aren't going to contend for anything this year. They hear all that, and they're kind of putting it up on the bulletin board. They're ready to prove all the haters wrong. This from Jack Jones on the Raiders being disrespected this season. Him being, which he's talking about Antonio Peirce being ranked the 28th coach. Him being ranked the 28th coach, I feel like they was disrespecting me, the team, and him. I don't like that. They set a fire under me. We're going to show everybody the 6-11 is crazy. And he's talking about the Raiders' record prediction for this year was 6-11. So he's talking about all the disrespect around this Raiders squad. And I'll say this. This team needs to earn that respect each and every week. This team really, hasn't been in a spot where they want to be in for the past 5-10 years. So if you want that respect, if you want to say, hey, we want to put ourselves on the map, we want everybody to fear the silver and black whenever we're on their schedule, you got to go out there and show them every single damn week that you earn that respect, that you need that respect, that they better respect you or else. And I love that, tenacity from Jack Jones, how he's talking about this team feels disrespected. It's a slap in the face to a lot of these guys that they're saying, y'all are losers. You're not going to win any games this year. Put that in your back pocket and use it as fuel to the fire, and don't let people dog walk you. Go out there and punch them in the mouth each and every drive, each and every down, and earn that respect. I love that Antonio Peirce is the head coach of this football squad because I feel like he's going to instill that in every single one of the guys on this 53-man roster that, hey, you go out there, you punch them in the mouth, and you make them remember the night that they played the Las Vegas Raiders. Let me know down in the comment section. Let me know if you know what that reference was. What's your record prediction for the Raiders this season? Go down in the comment section and let me know. I'm sticking to it. 10-6-1. I said it from the beginning, and I will not waver. That's my record prediction for the Las Vegas Raiders this season. Let me know your record prediction down below in the comment section. And hey, talking about those games, talking about all the stuff around the Raiders, we'll be live for every single game that we can watch the Raiders smack opposing teams in the mouth. So join us. Go down and hit that subscribe button and join every single watch party. Join every single live show that we're a part of and join the nation. We are the best Raiders channel on YouTube for a reason. Go down and join us today. Go hit that sub button or go to youtube.com/Raiders Report for the best and most up-to-date Raiders content on YouTube. Next up, and this is where I might, lose a couple people. The QB play today, it's not good. It was not good again. I don't know who QB1 is because each of these guys keeps on fumbling the bag every time they get a chance. They're interchanging who's quarterback one each and every single day. Aiden O'Connell, which, to his credit, some of it wasn't on him. The pass rush and the offensive line really wasn't giving him any favors today, but through multiple interceptions in today's practice, obviously had some points where he looked good. He audibled a play and did a little read option where he kind of kept the ball and ran it for a touchdown in a red zone drill, but not looking like the QB1 that we want him to be and not really kind of taking control of the quarterback battle as we really want him to going into the regular season. And same can be said around Gardner Minshew. I was really hyped about Minshew Mania coming to Las Vegas, but he hasn't taken it either. He really hasn't shown that he deserves to be the quarterback one either. And I love this message from AP around the quarterback battle and around both the quarterbacks because you can tell he's a little fed up with them not playing up to par. This is what he had to say around the quarterback battle. It is time to make that leap. Stop with the baby steps, grab the bull by the horns. And I completely agree with him. You can't, when you're talking about the most important position on your squad, the quarterback, should be your MVP, should be your captain, should be your leader of this squad. You don't want him taking baby steps. You don't want him being like, oh, well, we're worried about the quarterback. We don't know if he can do this. We don't know if he can do that. Hell no. You're the number one guy on this squad. You are the leader. You are the team. You should have the C on your chest for a reason, and you need to prove that. You need to be the first guy in, last guy out every single day, and I just haven't seen that from either of these quarterbacks yet. So I'm a little bit worried about the Raiders starting quarterback going into next year if neither of these guys is going to take it seriously and really, like AP said, grab the bull by the horns. Now, part of the reason why the quarterbacks don't look very good right now partly because they're going up against the Raiders defense. And more importantly, this secondary. They have looked fantastic so far. Deshaun Reed reporting today from training camp. It must be pointed out that a large part of the struggles of O'Connell and Minshew has been the excellent play of the Raiders secondary. They look really good. So maybe not putting it all on O'Connell and Minshew because obviously, they've gotten enough hate. They've gotten enough criticism already. But maybe the reason why they haven't looked good is the Raiders defense just that good. This cornerback room has looked fantastic. Ja'Cory Bennett has reportedly taken steps this offseason and looks really good in training camp so far. Nate Hobbs, we know he's a baller. Jack Jones has really been proving himself as well. Had an interception in camp today. So is this secondary one of the best in the entire NFL? It looks to be shaping out that way. And possibly, I want to say, the most underrated safety duo in the league between Marcus Epps and Trevon Merrick. I mean, Marcus Epps has really looked fantastic, and even going back to his time with the Eagles, he has been an underrated safety in this league. Trevon Merrick, obviously an early round pick out of TCU, had some struggles early on, but has slowly started to prove to himself why he was an early round pick. So I really like where this Raiders secondary is. I just hope it's that they are really good and not that O'Connell and Minshew are really just that bad. Lastly, the last training camp note I have to say, Trey Tucker has really been stepping up. Tom Telesco said it was out of the blue. It really surprised everyone around the Michael Gallup retirement. But that means one thing. Trey Tucker, it's your time to shine. You need to step up, and step up he has. He's looked pretty good during training camp so far. They're really hoping that Trey Tucker can take that next step, and Trey can really step in and be a gadget guy, be another option in this wide receiver room for this Raiders offense. Trey has looked really good in, drills. His route running has looked fantastic. He looks like he still has that blazing speed that he did last year. I just need him to get some, please, Trey, listen to me right here. Get some extra work on the jugs. We know you are an awesome route runner. We know you are a speedster, but we can't have those drops going into the next season. That's the one part of Trey's game that I really think he needed to work on this offseason. Hopefully, he got that all taken care of. All the dropsies are out of him. But Trey Tucker so far has been stepping up during Raiders training camp. That's all I have for you today, folks. As I said, hit that sub button because even when Mitch is gone, we still got you covered here on the Raiders Report with the best coverage of your Las Vegas Raiders on YouTube. So if you haven't already, go down and join the over 170,000 people who are subscribed and join the Raiders Report today. Go hit that sub button or go to youtube.com/Raiders Report. Woo! Good first segment. I liked it. Nice little flow. Good stuff from Chipper over there. I saw you kind of nodding your head, and I kind of wanted to get your input on this before it lost me. Eagles fan. Runs our Eagles channel. Whenever I was talking about Marcus Epps, I got a little peanut gallery from Chip over there. What do you think about Marcus Epps?
I was a fan of Marcus Epps. Never going to be, that Pro Bowl caliber safety, star safety, but he was always just solid for the Eagles. Dependable, reliable, especially coming downhill. A big hitter. Not quite as good in coverage as he might be making plays against the run, but I was upset when he left the Eagles. I really was. I think he's a solid player. He's definitely a starting caliber safety. Maybe not someone you want to be, the best member of your secondary, or even the top two, but he's reliable, man. Reliable, dependable, tough, smart, everything you really need in a safety.
I remember during that Eagles Super Bowl run before he signed with the Raiders, I believe he had the most snaps out of anybody on that Eagles defense for that season.
Yeah, I mean, so what's that? Reliable. He's always going to be there for you. Just a guy that, you want on your football team, man. I loved him. Sad when he left, and now the Eagles have kind of had some safety issues, but that's a whole other thing.
He's a football guy right there.
That's a football player, man. You want to talk about a football player? That's a football player.
He's a grinder, man. National Bagel Day, big for me being Jewish. Let me know, what's your favorite breakfast pastry down there? I have another Jew in the office right there. He gave me the little, fist pump right there for some bagel action. Let me know. National Bagel Day, what is your favorite breakfast pastry? You were saying croissant?
Yeah, I do love me a good bagel because they're so versatile. You can get all these different kinds of bagels, but a good croissant, when it's good and done right, I don't think you can beat it. I love me a good croissant.
Robert said bagels aren't a pastry. Really? I feel like every time I see bagels in any kind of capacity, they're in the pastry section.
I feel like bagels are a pastry.
What's a long john? Do you know what a long john is?
A Long John? Hold on.
Pause.
Pause. Who said Long John?
It's from Siena, so I don't. No. Are we getting? Oh, it's a donut.
What?
Yeah, it usually has like Bavarian cream.
Oh, like the yeah. Okay, I didn't know that's what that was called.
I searched it on Twitter. The only thing coming up, Brett, is Long John Silver.
See, that's a bad idea to search things
Long John.
on Twitter.
Big Long John near me. Nothing's coming up. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, yeah. I never knew this was called a Long John before.
What do you think it was called?
I don't know, just like a I don't know.
Chips like in Philly, they spelled it JAWN. I was
Long
so
John.
confused.
It's just
Is
like
a donut a breakfast pastry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were saying bagels not a breakfast pastry, which
Well, I think it's,
I mean not donut, bagel.
no, I know. But that's my question. Like donut, it's kind of.
I would say
bagel and donuts kind of. Like
I would
their
say
own
any
category.
predominant carb that you eat in the morning is a breakfast pastry to me. Could a tortilla be a breakfast pastry?
Burritos in the freezer.
you might be stretching it. You might be stretching.
I love some kolaches, which people up north don't know about the kolache. Dude, new guy, Goldie, did not know what a kolache was. Had never heard of it.
There's a reason he's a new guy, man.
The reason he's the new guy.
The reason he's the new guy.
Chuggs shops at Whole Foods, bagels as pastry. Dude, what do you mean? Bagels are a pastry. Love a good bacon, egg, and cheese on a bagel, a little salt, pepper, ketchup.
Google says bagels are pastries. So, confirmed.
Yeah. Glazed donut with a coffee is good enough for me. Pop-Tart or toaster strudel?
I was always a Pop-Tart guy.
Boo.
When I was a kid, though, I don't really eat either of those.
It's
now.
all about the toaster strudel.
I was a big Pop-Tart guy when I was a kid, man.
Gotta give it with
I
that,
didn't have them for breakfast, though.
gotta get it with that extra glaze.
I also never had them for breakfast. It was like a snack.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, we had a lot of people saying it's not a pastry. Didn't know this was going to be so controversial. This became very controversial.
A little concha? You know what a concha is?
A concha?
A little concha?
No.
It's like a Mexican pastry.
I should know that.
It's like a little sweet roll.
Concha. I never had one of these.
We have some super chats to get to here on the show. A couple that maybe y'all won't be too fond of, to be honest. This one from Steelers Talk fan Kurgan Cold. He just sends in a $6 super chat that says Steelers, and then a $9 super chat that says tomorrow's show ruining cats and dogs. I don't know what that even means. Raining?
Probably.
And so no clue. And actually, we have the very elusive Brett super chat. Blaine Craig is asking for Brett Scott, actually. He said, is that Brett in the house? He's the boss, right? Ask him if he's ready for a tequila shot in Vegas this season. He should know the reference. He's nodding his head. He gave one of these for you. He gave one of these. So, seems like he's ready for a tequila shot whenever we head down to Vegas at some point this year, Blaine. He also said, what's up? He's coming into the studio. No, he faked out. A little juke move. I thought he was coming in for a second. No, yeah. People who went to our hangout before the Steelers-Raiders game this year, you'll recognize Brett. You'll know who Brett is because he was partying with us down in Vegas at that point. And then we have Adam Martinez, a real one. How we doing? Adam, my man, how are we feeling? What's cracking, Chuggs? I hear Dak to Raiders. What y'all think? Keep up the great work. I'll just say I had it first. I called Dak to the Raiders probably a week after the Super Bowl chip. I said, Dak will be a future Raider. Put some money on it now. Go to Vegas and put in your slip. I will take the credit if he ends up becoming a Raider. Just know I called it first. Just know that I called it first. So far, we have 4 people in the duck race. We have Norman Hernandez, John Waltman, Kevin Methvin, and Blaine Craig. And I just got one from Tim. Hey, Tim, appreciate it. He said, sup, bro, just having fun. Love Raiders passion. Hey, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Gatlin. Appreciate it. And if you want to have another hangout with me and Mitch, we have an opportunity for you. We're going to be down in Vegas August 14th. We're going to Raiders practice in Las Vegas. And then that night, 9 p.m., we're going to our favorite meal spot, which is Joel's Chop House inside the Ahern Hotel. Make a reservation right now on OpenTable, and in the notes, put Raiders Report. We're going to be able to give you a discount. We're going to have a great meetup, one of the best dinners you've ever had. Trust me, there's limited space, so make your reservation now. I can put that link down in the comment section for you right now if you haven't already. If you're in the Vegas area, if you want to have a fun Raiders meetup and possibly one of the best dinners you'll ever have in your life on a discount, I'll say that again. One of the best dinners you've ever had on a discount. The head chef, he's a huge fan of the show. He loves showing out and showing his culinary chops. And if you want to have some of those chops, go have dinner with us. August 14th, 9 p.m., Joel's Chop House. I just put the link down in the comment section. All you got to do, it costs nothing to make a reservation. Go on OpenTable, make a reservation for August 14th at 9 p.m. And in the notes section, put Raiders Report, and they'll make sure to hook you up. We can all have dinner together, hang out, have some drinks flowing possibly. And like I said, limited space. So get yours today. Go make a reservation. We do have a little super chat menu today. We had a $10 super chat from Adam, so that's a little beer cheers for you. Raider Rudy said, "Hey Chuggs, there's a place in Pasadena called the Bagel Shop. Dude, bagel pizza.
So good.
Oh no. Oh no. Love me some bagel pizza. Super chat menu. Every super chat we give you a shout out, even if you're a stinking Steelers fan that's coming over here and trying to troll us. $10 super chat equals a beer cheers. Every 100, which I haven't gotten one yet. Maybe Raider Nation isn't ready to party today, Chip. Maybe they're not down to get down.
Guess not.
$100 is a beer bong, and every 1,000 is a boot. We're not close to it yet, but you never know. Raider Nation is always lurking in the shadows. I know we have Mount Raidermore. Let me text him. Who's rocking with us today? I see a lot of people in Mount Raidermore. They're all in the chat. They're actually in a call right now. They're in their own Instagram call as we speak.
That's
so
awesome.
Maybe they'll pop over and hang out with us a little bit today. Ron Raspberry, how we feeling? How we doing out there? We're about to get into a mailbag. How are we doing on questions, Chip? Because I think we might need a couple more questions.
Let's see here. Yeah, we could use a few more, man. Get those questions in. # Raiders. Get on the show.
Is the Kermit frog for sale? LOL for Peter. maybe we will have to get our own Kermit Mahomes puppet here whenever the Raiders play the Chiefs.
Oh, that's a great idea. That's a great idea.
Put it on the list. Put it on the list.
Put it on there.
We'll add it to the list. Knowing us, we'll probably end up getting it, and Mitch will beat it, live on the show. So we'll have to see how that comes. But like I said, we're trying to do a quick Raiders mailbag. All your questions around the silver and black coming up. We need a couple more questions, so we'll wait a second. Blaine said, "That's a steep price for a boot, Chuggs."
Coming at you today.
Oh, wow. So the OGs remember how we started doing the boots was every $1,000 combined we would do a boot because it's a lot of liquid, Chip. It's a lot of liquid. We have been weaseled our way down to making boots a lot cheaper. You know what? I'll do this. If somebody's ready to get the party going, if they're ready to get it started, the first boot I'll do if somebody sends in a $200 super chat.
There we go.
The first boot I'll do if somebody sends in a $200 super chat, and then once we get to 1,000, I'll do a second boot, and maybe if we get somewhere else, maybe Chip will throw in one as well, depending on if he wants it.
Oh, I want it.
Oh,
baby.
He wants it. So if somebody wants to get the party started and have me do a boot before we get going on our mailbag, $200 for the first one, and then we'll go from there. But like I said, I'm trying to drink a little bit less. I'm trying to lose a little weight, get into, some best shape of life season over here. I'm trying to help us win a Chat Sports JCC basketball tournament coming up.
Hey, playoffs coming up.
Playoffs. We're talking playoffs. Adam Martinez. Chuggs. Who do you beer cheers first of all. Thank you. Chip, would you like one? Here you go, sir. A little beer cheers with us. There we go.
Cheers.
Cheers. Adam, Chuggs, who do you expect to be the starting QB, AOC or Minshew, and why? So, Robert, well, I guess you haven't been a real one for that long if you don't remember the $1,000 boots because that's what it started out with. I made a boot meter. That was my first year here. It was a little boot, and it had. Were you here whenever we did that? Oh, and it like filled up section by section every 250. Maybe Robert just hasn't been a real one for that long. For this question, I was Minshew. At first. Now I'm going AOC because the continuity with this team, and I think they're going to try to see where they have or what they have with the young guy before they give it over to Minshew, because they kind of already know what Minshew is. He's a journeyman quarterback. He kind of reminds me of like a Ryan Fitzpatrick, of like he's going to be, I feel like Minshew's going to be on like 3 or 4 more teams before he retires from the league. In AOC, you have a rookie, a guy who was kind of thrown into the fire, kind of not fair last year with Josh McDaniels, and then he's gone, and you have the quarterback coach playing OC at some point. So it was hard on him. So I think they're going to let AOC start it out. I think maybe he'll get the starting nod, especially if both guys are playing like this and it's kind of equal, where nobody's really kind of taking a hold of the situation and kind of proving that they're the QB1. I would say it's going to be AOC. And that's kind of what I lean. Not that he won the job like outright. It's just like Minshew isn't really proving himself to be a starting quarterback for this team yet. So that's what I said. And to clarify also, it's not one person sending in $1,000 for a boot. It's once we get to $1,000 combined. That's what it used to always be here on the channel. We kind of switched it up. Mitch loves making deals. If Wayne Brady ever retires from that game show, Let's Make a Deal, I already know it's going to be Mitchell Rins 365 who steps in and is the new host of that show. He is the Let's Make a Deal guy. He is perfect for that job. If there's ever a job outside of the Raiders Report that he can do, it's that. So we're about to get into this one rolling in from Kevin Manvin. Bang! Okay. Now we got a little action. The ball's rolling a little bit, Chip. The ball's rolling a little bit, Chip.
Guess what? Kevin is a first
time Super Chatter! Kevin! Not the only one. Rebel Montana! Bang! Looks like we have some back-to-back. Oh, he said time to wear a jersey. I'll wear a jersey for the second segment. Let me do this. I'll have Chip take a hold of it for just a second, and then I'll go get a jersey on. Hold on one second. Here we go.
Take it down, baby. Chug. Oh, what is that, 2 seconds?
Needed it.
Now we're getting going.
It feels like the wheels just needed to be greased a little bit. Needed some greasy wheels to get it going.
Now we're moving.
Rebel? Ooh. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and get a jersey. And this looks like a good question that maybe you can answer. I'll answer it again in the mailbag from Noah, but maybe Chip can give his thoughts on this question from Noah Santana. You feel good about it, Chip?
Oh, yeah.
All right, here we go. I'm going to be right back.
So he says, Fields by trade deadline if our QBs are in trouble. Man, Fields, I think he's better than what you have right now, I'm going to be honest. I don't think he's going to start or really play much at all in Pittsburgh. He's getting some hype in training camp, and let me tell you, our Steelers host, Jack Sperry, is not happy about it. He thinks he sucks. But I think it could be a low-risk, high-reward type of move. I mean, someone that can, he hasn't shown a whole lot, that's for sure. For where he was drafted, he's had his moments, but just not consistent enough throwing the ball, especially over the middle of the field. He can make highlight plays because he has some of the traits, but I'm not sure if he's really I think he could really benefit from a full year of sitting on the bench, learning an offense, learning from a vet, someone like a Russell Wilson, and then maybe coming out and showing what he can do again after a full year on the bench. I think, would he be able to step in right away at the trade deadline for the Raiders and lead a team to success? Because if you're trading for Fields, right, and your QBs are in trouble, you're probably not winning very many games. So at that point, wouldn't you rather just head into the offseason and be able to draft a young quarterback in the first round with 5 years of team control rather than have to give up, probably be a late pick, but still give up something for Fields? And, I'd rather go with a rookie. Because that's kind of what you're talking about here. If your QBs are in trouble, you're going to be bad. So would you rather go for a rookie or try to bring in Fields and hope you can make something happen? I'd rather just ride the season out, come into next season, draft the guy you really want, because you weren't able to do that this year, and move forward with that. But let me know what y'all are thinking. Also, next to Hunter that comes in for the beer bong, that's all me, baby. That's all me. Look, my birthday's on Tuesday. I'm going out tonight to celebrate a little bit. So I got to get it going, man. I got to get it going. So next one that comes in, that's all me. Can't Get Right says, no, I do not want Fields.
I'm a forward gang.
Huh?
You said forwards or backwards? I said I'm a forward.
Forward kind of guy? One shot. Chipper wants to get wild. Hey, I'm down to get wild, baby. It's a Friday. Come on now.
Come on.
Peter, this is the Chat Sports way. The only way to have fun, baby.
This is the way.
This is the way. Billy, don't want Fields. Good with AOC.
Rebel said, Chip, wear the Rebel jersey. It's good luck.
Good luck. Good luck for what?
For Rebel. Of course.
Oh, good luck for Rebel.
I'm rocking the second half of the Husker Raider jersey. We have another one that says Husker. And then this one says Raider. So
Okay.
It's a together type of situation. Like if you go to a college football game and you all have your chest painted,
right.
You can't split up, or else you just have like it's and then like something else or somewhere else.
Yeah, you might be sending a message you don't want to send. You never know.
Yeah. Chipper, what do you think about the Hurts to Vegas?
Hurts to Vegas? He's not going nowhere, buddy. He's not going nowhere.
Hey, I will say this. If there's any organization that is ready to, move on from somebody if their trajectory is not looking good, it's the Philadelphia Eagles. Yeah. Carson Wentz was an MVP level quarterback, and they dropped him like an ugly side chick.
It was a bad ending, that's for sure, especially considering what he did. But I think they would can the coach first before moving on from Hurts, and they just paid him all that money. But honestly, though, I think Hurts would look really good in a Raiders uniform. I can't even lie.
Real good.
Real good.
He look real good. Jake Serb, # Raiders. How does NASA organize a party? They plan it. Oh, my. I knew it. I knew this was going to happen. I knew it. I was like, do I do it? Do I not? I put myself in this. Husker Raider Bang! I was literally putting this on, and I was like, I don't remember seeing Husker in the chat yet. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. I'll put on the Husker jersey. Yeah.
Oh, you knew as soon as you put it on, he'd be coming.
See, the thing is, Rebel, I already have it filled. So I have the boot ready. I had it just in case, once we got to 1,000 or whatever deal. But now that I have the jersey on, I kind of have to.
Rules are rules.
Rules are rules. So I'm going to go ahead and do the boot. Let me check Venmo really quick to see who's all in the duck race, if anybody else got in yet. We only have 4 in, so $20. If it's only 4, I'll just do $20 to win 80. We'll just do it for fun for today, unless more people want to get in on the action. But right now, if you want to get in on the duck race, $20 action. But we might want to put it up because it's not to Mitchell Renz. It's to @Jeremy Chuggs. Mitch is obviously not here right now. He's in Mexico having his bachelor party. So if you send it to him, it just goes to his drink fund. If you want to get in on today's duck race, $20 Venmo to @Jeremy Chuggs. That's me. to get in on the duck race for today. Like I said, we have 4 people in right now, $80. If nobody else gets in, we'll just go ahead and just do a fun race, winner takes all. If more people get in, then we'll get the action rolling even more. All right. I owe a boot. I have a boot. I have a boot and I owe a boot. All I see is rules are rules.
The people know. Rules are rules, Chuggs. Come on.
All right. Here we go.
What's the over under here? How many seconds?
I'll put it at 8.5.
8.5. I'm gonna time you.
8.5.
You're on the clock here.
Over or under 8.5 seconds. Let me know down in the comment section. Do we think I'm going to go over or under 8.5 seconds on this boot? Let me know down below what your guess is. Sienna said I'm taking the under. Robert says 17 seconds.
Ooh, that's not good.
See, this is making me think more and more. I don't know how long Robert's been watching because he said he didn't remember the $1,000, every $1,000 for a boot. Now he's saying 17 seconds for my boot. So
prove him wrong, baby. Prove him wrong.
I'm like Jack Jones. I'm just keeping all the haters, all the negative energy outside, tunnel vision. It's about the nation. And about this boot.
You're just focused on your job, man. You're focused on what you got to do.
Hey, I'm just trying to get 1% better each and every single day.
That's all. It ain't nothing but work.
That is like that's what she said for NFL coaches right now. They're all saying it.
Better
every single coach is like, you just got to get 1% better each and every single day. Patrick Graham said it yesterday. I'm pretty sure D'Amico Ryan said it 2 days ago as well. Any coach that you hear at a press conference, I feel like everybody in the media should have to take a shot whenever somebody says 1% better each and every day.
They get asked a question, they don't know how to respond, just default to that answer.
What do you think about your Raiders players, mocking Patrick Mahomes with the Kermit the Frog puppet? You just got to get 1% better each and every single day. That's what we're trying to do. That's what we're trying to do, man. All right, I'm going to go ahead and stop procrastinating and trying to push this boot off.
Yeah, it's time.
I'll go ahead and do it. 8.5 seconds, we said?
Yep.
Okay, here we go.
Got it ready. Go. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. It's going to be close. It's going to be close. Done. 7 seconds. 7 seconds. Who said under, baby? Who said under?
There we go. There we go.
Who said over? Who said over? Because y'all are some haters. Robert Jansen's at 17. You were under half that.
Oh. I'd like to thank my mom and everybody out there who's always believed in me and who knows I can chug at a fast rate. Thank you to everyone. Here we go. Rebel, I'm having my shocked face right now. I bet you are, Rebel. I bet you are. I bet you've never seen that one before, Rebs. Last chance to get in the duck. Actually, not last chance. We're going to do it after this mailbag. Or somebody's trying to add. Johnny Be Good trying to add me. Johnny Be Good, you're added. Hashtag Raiders, super chat to get on the show. I think we're pretty good with questions, but Jib's going to continue to look throughout the mailbag, so if a good question comes in, he'll go ahead and throw it up there on screen. We're going to go ahead and get into this mailbag section, and yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good. We're going to go ahead and get this mailbag underway, and then we'll hang out for a little bit, do a little duck race action, and then be on our merry way. Chip's going to party tonight, so his long-distance girlfriend is in town tonight. Wow, bro. Everybody just spam congrats to Chip right now. We know what's happening tonight. Long distance girlfriend in town. We know Chip's been hanging out with Jill a lot. So just got to say, everybody throw a congrats to Chip. We know what's going down tonight.
Thank you.
Very lucky man. Very lucky man. Rebel said Marshall check. Marshall's actually not in today. Marshall's not here. Can't Get Right says not a real girl. Yeah, this is his girlfriend from Canada. This is definitely real.
I promise you she's real.
She's definitely real. I met her at camp. Kevin, Chip, can we confirm?
Chip getting that hawk Tua. I can neither confirm nor deny.
I don't know. Oh, we have a couple more people. Johnny Be Good getting 2 in there. So, okay, we might have a little bit of a race going.
One time at band camp.
All right, now we have a little bit of a race going. I have another person trying to add me, which is Jason Goots, the Goot Man, the Goot Scootin' Boogie. All right, let's get into this mailbag so we can have some more fun, do a little duck race action, and hang out a little bit more. Oh, wow. We can show this before the mailbag.
Whoa. First of all, how about this?
Noah Santana, Chuggs has the eye of the Jew, Beer Fest. I love it. He's got the eye of the Jew.
Can see it in his eyes.
And then we have this one from Blaine Craig, $5 for the Chip Condom Fund.
I appreciate it. Got to wrap it up, boys. You know what I'm saying?
Don't be silly. Wrap your willy. There you go. Chip knows the rhyme. You know, this isn't his first rodeo, if you know what I mean. This isn't his first rodeo reverse cowgirl.
We've been there, done that, baby. We've been there, done that.
Oh, my God. Yeah, Nav, man, the Venmo today is, to me, it's at Jeremy Chuggs. We can just throw it up one more time before we... One shot said, Chip over under tonight, 7 seconds.
That's a good line. I don't hate that line right there, honestly.
Holy shit, that's hilarious. At Jeremy Chuggs on Venmo, you can add me. That's how you get into the duck race today. That's hilarious.
I don't know who fed him some inside information, but...
Looks like the chip is gonna dip.
Oh, I'm getting that dip, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Got too much dip on your chip.
Yeah, a little bit too much dip on your chip there for you. A little bit too much dip. All right, before we get too off the rails, let's get into today's mailbag. Use hashtag Raiders Super Chat if you want to get in on the show. And let's have a great mailbag. Okay, I had one more. I knew I had one more in the chamber. Okay. Let's get into today's mailbag, answering all of your Raiders questions. Welcome into a world-famous Raiders mailbag where we take questions from our live audience here on the Raiders Report and answer them around the NFL and around the Las Vegas Raiders. First question from Adam Martinez. Chuggs, who do you expect to be the starting QB, AOC or Minshew, and explain why? I've been on the Minshew hype train for a little bit, but as we're starting to get through, mini camp, training camp, everything going on, I think it's leaning towards AOC. After watching Netflix's receiver, he seems to have a pretty good connection with Devontae Adams. The team sort of believes in him a little bit. And then the second part is, we already know kind of what we have in Minshew. He's a journeyman quarterback. We have a lot of tape on him and how he plays in the NFL. AOC, we only have about a half a season of his rookie year. Part of that with Josh McDaniels, the other part with Bo Hardegree. So not a lot to go off on AOC. I think he gets the starting nod, not because necessarily he's earned it or really taken the starting job this offseason, but he's the younger guy. He's a guy on a rookie contract, so you really want to see what you have in him, whether or not you want to go out and maybe draft a guy or sign somebody going into next season. Great question, Adam. If you want to get on a future mailbag, make sure you subscribe and join the Raiders Report for all of our live shows. Quick reminder, this is coming from our live show on July 26th. Use hashtag Raiders or Super Chat to get on the show, as always. And if you want more mailbags just like this, go down and click that thumbs up icon, hit the like button, so our bosses know, hey, y'all like this content, y'all want more mailbags, so go and show them, go down and hit that like button. Next question, Noah Santana, Fields by trade deadline if our QBs are in trouble. Interesting. He had a pretty decent day at camp yesterday for the Pittsburgh Squealers. Russell Wilson has been injured. I don't know, because the Steelers traded for him this offseason. The Raiders already had a chance to trade for him. Steelers got him for, pennies on the dollar. So I don't know if the Raiders are interested in trading for Justin Fields. The other part of that is Luke Getsy, the Raiders offensive coordinator, has already worked with Justin Fields, and it didn't look too pretty. Now, it was a much different situation. The Bears' offensive line was cheeks back then, so maybe it's a little bit of a different situation if Fields was to join Luke Getsy in Las Vegas. But I think the Raiders already had their chance at Fields, and they kind of passed on him. So I don't know if they would go that route. If it's that bad, Noah, I actually think the Raiders wait until this offseason, and I've predicted it before. I think it might be maybe a Dak Prescott, or they go up and trade for one of the top picks in next year's draft and try to draft a quarterback that way. Great question, though, Noah. This one coming in from Patrick Starr, a goofy goober. Hashtag Raiders, why don't the Raiders trade for Trey Lance? The QB coach knows him. That is correct. Rich Scangarillo, he did have time with the 49ers, so does know a little bit of intel on Trey Lance, current backup for the Cowboys. I don't know if he's going to win the starting backup job or if it's going to be Cooper Rush. The Raiders trading for Trey Lance. That's a toughie. I think, it's obviously a possibility. There's a small chance of it happening. I don't think it does. I don't know if it necessarily does happen. I think the Cowboys on their end, they're possibly keeping on to Trey Lance and saying, hey, if this whole Dak thing doesn't work out, Trey is still young. I believe he's 24, 25 years old still. So he still has a lot of football left in him. And I think the Cowboys might try to keep on to him and keep him as a safe, fall safe option if they do let Dak walk in free agency next year. But it's an interesting thought. I don't know if they would rather trade for maybe a Trey Lance or a Justin Fields. I think they might lean more towards a Justin Fields. But hey, I don't know. If Scangarillo has his say, he might say, let's go ahead and get Lance. I know what he is as a quarterback, and he can maybe help elevate this squad. Well, all these questions around the quarterback brings me to this question. More confidence in the quarterback room this year or last year? What say you? Do you have more confidence in Gardner Minshew and AOC this year or Jimmy G and AOC last year? I know maybe a tough question. Jimmy G did not look good for the Raiders last season. Let me know your thoughts on this down below. Are we more confident in this year or last year? Because this year, not looking too great. But then again, Jimmy G was last year. Let me know your thoughts down below. I have to go this year because Jimmy G is a broken quarterback. He cannot move in the pocket. And then you have a second-year quarterback in Aiden O'Connell compared to a rookie last year in Aiden O'Connell. And more than anything, I think I have more confidence in this year's quarterback class or quarterback room because they don't have Josh McDaniels. And I don't think he's a good developer of talent. He was luckily in a system that had Tom Brady for a long time to where he really didn't have to coach that much or do that much, game planning and scheming because his quarterback was doing a lot of the coaching for him. So now that you have a different head coach and a different offensive system, I'm much more, in favor of this year's unit than last year's, in my opinion. John Alcala, do you think Doss has a chance to be the wide receiver 4? Good question. I think he does. I think it is wide open for any of these guys to be the wide receiver 4 on this squad because it's pretty thin after the top 3 guys. You have Devontae, you have Jacoby Myers, and you have Trey Tucker. Those are your top 3 wide receiver options, not counting Brock Bowers. I'm still counting him as a tight end for now. But after those 3 guys, not a lot of depth, not a lot of proven talent behind them. So maybe a guy like Jalen Guyton goes and takes the wide receiver 4, but I think Keelan Doss has a good as chance as anybody. And another reason why you got to subscribe and watch the preseason games with us, because I think a lot of that will be, decided on the field during these preseason games of who's wide receiver 4, wide receiver 5. I don't even think they keep 6 wide receivers on this squad this year. I think they probably only keep 4 or 5. But Doss definitely has a chance. He obviously has ties with Tom Telesco before, with his time with the Chargers, and been a Raider before. Was on the Raiders season of HBO Hard Knocks. Was a fan favorite. Grew up a Raiders fan. So Keelan Doss definitely has a chance to make this roster as a wide receiver 4, just as much as any of those other guys do on the bottom of that depth chart. Blaine Craig, hashtag Raiders. I don't love the Kermit antics because it just adds fuel to the Mahomes fire. We better come out and back this up now. And Blaine, I completely agree with you on that talking point. And more than anything, I just don't like it because of who it came from. If it came from a guy like a Max Crosby, a Robert Spillane, a Jack Jones, even a Marcus Epps or a Trevon Merrick, I kind of would have maybe, rolled it off, said, those guys, you're probably clowning them from last year. Came from a rookie in Trey Taylor, a late-round pick rookie in Trey Taylor who's trying to make this squad. What are you doing, man? You're already adding fuel to the fire in a rivalry that you haven't even played in yet. And Mahomes, obviously one of the best quarterbacks in the entire league. Does he need any more bulletin board material than he already does? I mean, we have Travis Kelce making up bullshit saying nobody believed in us. They are looking for excuses to add bulletin board material. They don't need any fuel to their fire already, and you just gave them something. So I don't like that coming from a guy like Trey Taylor. Like I said, if it's from a guy like Max Crosby, he's the leader of your squad, go ahead and go for it. But a guy like Trey Taylor, I mean, just a boneheaded move in my personal opinion. You know it's not a boneheaded move, though. Going and using Game Time to getting last-second tickets. Game Time is an authorized ticket marketplace of Major League Baseball, which makes getting tickets faster and easier. Prices on the Game Time app actually go down the closer it gets to the first pitch. With killer last-minute deals, all-in prices, views from your seat, and the lowest price guarantee, Game Time takes the guesswork out of buying MLB tickets. And I know you're probably saying, Jeremy, I don't really care about baseball that much. This is the Raiders Report. Well, if you don't care about baseball, Raiders preseason is here. It's right around the corner, and regular season is right after that. Get Raiders tickets with our sponsor, Game Time. It is the perfect app for Raider Nation. I love their last-minute deals. Save up to 60% off buying last-minute tickets for sports, concerts, comedy shows, and theater. All in pricing. Toggling this feature shows you the total upfront price with no surprise fees at checkout. Seat view. Get a panoramic view of your seat in the app before you buy. And the lowest price guarantee. If Game Time will give you 110% credit if you can find a cheaper seat in the same row, same section to an event that they already have listed. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time today. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest prices guaranteed. Robert Jansen, hashtag Raiders, use the $34 million to extend and build the offensive line. Don't, and we're in trouble. Well, the Raiders kind of already used some money to go out and sign a pretty good backup, in my opinion, in Andres Pete. They went out and used their second-round pick to draft a guy like Jackson Powers-Johnson. So obviously, they're using a lot of, capital to build this offensive line. Maybe you're talking about extending a guy like Colton Miller. They went out and extended Andre James this offseason too. I'm a big guy. I love building within the trenches. I love making sure your offensive and defensive lines are set. But at this point, I mean, extending Colton Miller could be an option. But I mean, besides that, I don't know what else you really can do. I think your best option, Robert, if you really want to continue to build this offensive line, is go out and keep on drafting guys early. That's the best way to do it. We see the best offensive lines in the league are built through the draft. You look at the Eagles' offensive line. They drafted Jordan Mailata. They drafted Jason Kelce whenever he was on the squad. They went ahead and drafted his replacement in Cam Jurgens. A ton of those guys, they got through the draft and they developed them as they went. So I'm hoping that a Jackson Powers-Johnson can step in and be a really good left guard for this team, and you keep on adding through the draft in the offensive line. There's not a ton of good options in free agency, and it seems to be if you go out and look for free agent offensive linemen, they usually come at a very steep premium. Ed Robbins, hashtag Raiders, Chuggs, yes, we have a top 5 defense, but here are 2 reasons the QB play has not looked so good. 1, the new system. 2, no pads. The defense just run right in, and the O-line can't block them. And that was kind of my point in our Raiders training camp roundup that we did on Friday's live show, is that the defense has looked really good. The secondary has looked fantastic so far. Obviously, you have the best pass rusher in the NFL in Max Crosby coming at you at full speed without pads. So it's definitely tough on these guys, and they are learning a new system with Luke Getsy. I will say this, though, Ed. In drills, they haven't looked good either. So I don't know what excuse they have for that. Gunny was at practice yesterday, and he sent me video of, they have the net, there's little 2 openings, and the quarterbacks are about 10 yards away, and they're trying to dot it in there. I watched Aiden O'Connell miss 5 passes in a row, did not make it anywhere near the net to make it in those 2 slots. So what excuse does he have there for not making that? You're in a drill where it's simulated. There's no pressure on you. You have a perfect drop back in the setup. You're throwing at a net and you can't make it in. There's no excuse for your guys not being on target in those drills. So it's not even just in the 7-on-7 and the 11-on-11. It's that they just haven't looked good, period. And it's not even, new system. There's no system in you doing a drill for accuracy like that. So I really need these guys to lock in and step up because, of course, there's already reasons why they are a step behind. But if they're already not locked in, if they're already not looking good in drills, looking good in practice besides that, then it doesn't matter about the new system. It doesn't matter that the defense is balling out. If you're already bad, then you're not going to obviously do well against a top 5 defense in this league, Ed. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications only if you want daily Raiders content. If you don't love the silver and black, if you don't like the Raiders, just go ahead. Don't subscribe. It's okay. Don't subscribe if you don't love the Raiders, if you don't love having Raiders news right there on your phone anytime you need. But if you do love those things, if you do love the silver and black, if you do love the Raiders, then prove it. Go down and hit that sub button and turn on your notifications to be up to date with the best Raiders channel here on YouTube. Next question coming in from Theth. #Raiders. How do you think Minshew did on day 2? I think both of the guys really haven't. I mean, we can pull up the player L3 from what Antonio Peirce said about the situation too, but I think both of these guys really have not stepped up to the plate so far and really haven't proven themselves. This was Antonio Peirce's message to the quarterbacks. It's time to make that leap. Stop with the baby steps, grab the bull by the horns. Just saying, AP sees it and he's your head coach. He's the guy who is manning the ship. And if he's saying these guys need to step up and stop taking baby steps and grab the bull by the horns, then why are we not listening to him? Why are we not saying, yeah, you know what? He's right. These guys really need to take a next step forward if this Raiders team wants to do anything this season. People in the comment section right now are saying, Jeremy Chuggs is a hater. He's been a known hater of Aiden O'Connell. So what do you have to say about Antonio Peirce? He's the one that's leading these guys. If he's saying that these guys aren't stepping up to the plate, are you going to call Antonio Peirce a hater of his own quarterbacks? No, that's foolish. You're letting your blindness get in the way and say, hey, these guys aren't performing, but I'm going to give them excuses. In your daily life, do you give guys excuses? Do you give people excuses for not stepping up to the plate, not doing their job? Of course not. If you're at In-N-Out and the guy is messing up your order, are you saying, oh, well, it is hot outside and maybe it's his 3rd week on the job and maybe, doing this is a little bit harder than we think? No, you're like, stop messing up my order. This is the same thing with these quarterbacks. You need to hold them accountable if you want them to get any better. Because if not, you're going to have mediocrity at the quarterback position, and this Raiders defense is going to be wasted because it is a top 5 unit in the NFL right now. Oh, I love this name right here. Sarek Dar, #Raiders. Colton Miller being out is worrying. Do you trust Andres Pete? Well, Andres Pete, a former Pro Bowler for the New Orleans Saints, and I think that's part of the reason why they maybe signed him this offseason. Remember, Colton Miller missed some time towards the end of last year with a shoulder injury, ended up, getting some work done this offseason, getting, some stuff to help him go into this season. But obviously, I think they got Andres Pete as a little, fail-safe option if Colton isn't 100% ready to go in week 1. So I do trust Andres Pete much more than any of the other options on this team, at least because he's NFL tested. He's NFL ready. He has been with the New Orleans Saints, been a Pro Bowl caliber player. Maybe he's not a Pro Bowl caliber player anymore, but he's much better than a lot of backups around the NFL. I think he might be the best swing tackle available this whole offseason, and the Raiders were able to snag him. So I really do trust Andres Pete as being a guy to step in. Now, if he's asked to start the entire year, and that's another question. I don't know if he's a great starter to have on your squad the entire year. I think he's a good fill-in guy, can definitely step up and play some good football for this team, but he's not as good as Colton Miller. But stepping in, needing him to play a couple games for you, I think Andres Pete can do just that. If you want to watch week 1, whenever the Raiders take on the Chargers with me and Mitch, well, you're in luck. We're doing a watch party on the East Coast in North Carolina. You can get your free tickets now. If you go to chatsports.com/week1, go check out all the action with us. Raider fans on the East Coast, they're ready to get down. We're going to a bar, and it's going to be an amazing time. If you want to check it out, like I said, we're going to be in North Carolina at a bar owned by Raider fans. So if you want to party with us week 1, whenever the Raiders take on the Chargers, those fake frauds of LA, and the Raiders once again prove that they are the team that owns LA. Go out and hang out with us. Week 1 watch party. All you got to do is go to chatsports.com/week1. Eric M, #Raiders. Do you think Aaron Rodgers could be a Raider next year if the Jets suck again? Possibly. But the only thing I'll say is this, Eric. If the Jets suck again, I think that might mean Aaron Rodgers has a bad year. Because if he's balling out, I don't think the Jets should suck. If Aaron Rodgers is really good, then I think, the Jets team should be pretty decent next year. If they suck, then I think that means Aaron Rodgers didn't have a good year at all. And he doesn't have a ton of excuses. He has Garrett Wilson, one of the best emerging wide receivers in the NFL right now. If Aaron Rodgers and this Jets team sucks, I wouldn't want Aaron Rodgers personally. I would much rather feel more comfortable going out and drafting a guy or getting Dak Prescott, who's much younger. And at this level in his career, I think is equal talent level to Aaron Rodgers where he is at in his career right now. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers overall a better quarterback in his career than Dak Prescott, but where they're at right now, a older 30-something-year-old Aaron Rodgers to where Dak is right now, I would have them somewhat equal. So at that point, I'd much rather either sign Dak Prescott or I would go out and just trade up in the first round of next year's draft. Jace Anders, #Raiders, Jack Jones look legit. Need to lock him up long term. I agree, and there's quite a few guys. I know Robert Jansen mentioned it earlier in the mailbag. There's quite a few guys that the Raiders can go out and lock up long term. One of them being Robert Spillane. I think he should be number 1 on your list. One, because the linebacker market is pretty soft right now. You can definitely sign him on a team-friendly deal, and he has become a leader on this Raiders squad. We heard the other day Patrick Graham talking about Robert Spillane's like another coach out there on the field. He's like an extension of me out there on the field. And those are the type of players you want to keep around this organization. Jack Jones, obviously, I think he's looked really good. He looked really good once the Raiders brought him over last season. But I would much rather get a guy like Robert Spillane, Malcolm Kuntz. You have 2 safeties as well. I don't know. I think, obviously, I would want the Raiders to extend Jack Jones. I kind of want to see him do it more this season. We saw a good Jack Jones for half of last year. Need to see a little bit more before I want to extend Jack Jones, in my opinion. What say you, though? Do you think the Raiders should extend Jack Jones? Who do you think is the most important Raider to get an extension done this offseason? Do you agree with me? Do you agree with some of the guys in the comment section saying Jack Jones? Let me know down in the comment section below. And until next time, let's go Raiders. There we go. There we go. Little good mailbag section for you right there. Jason Goots talked that shit. What did I miss in here? What did I miss?
Talking shit in the comments? What's going on?
Jason throwing tomato. What are we throwing tomatoes at? Chuggs is a Texan. Hey, I'm a realist, Jason. Jason, do you legitimately think the quarterback play is up to par right now? Do you?
What'd he say?
I don't know. He was throwing tomatoes at me.
Wow.
Jason, if you think the quarterback play is up to par right now, I don't want to be mean, but you don't know ball. Because they're not playing good. How can you see how they're playing right now and say, you know what, this is good enough for us? That's like you at a bar and you see the ugliest fat chick and you're like, you know what? That's the one that I want. That's the one I'm taking home tonight. Like,
low standards.
They're not playing good. And just because you're saying they're not playing good doesn't mean you don't want this team to succeed. Doesn't mean you don't like this team. That means you're being a realist and you're using your eyes and using your football evaluation skills. That's what I do here on the channel. I evaluate the team. I evaluate the different players on this team. And I tell you like it is. If you want some powder puff, if you want some fluff, you can go somewhere else and just, where people are shitting rainbows and, talking about unicorns. But we're talking about real stuff here. Sorry. If you don't want to be real, I'm sorry.
Tell them, baby.
I'm sorry. I'm just saying, I'm keeping it real. When keeping it real goes wrong. Every super chat, we're getting a shout out. $10 for a beer cheers. $100, we're doing beer bongs, and every 1,000, which we're $500 away from our next boot, because I had to do one because I'm wearing Husker Raiders jersey.
Yes, sir.
But we're $500 away from our next boot right now. So, yeah. Let's see. Navman, Black Hole, I do not think so. They should talk more shit, in my opinion. See, maybe I got people too riled up. Maybe I was too hot takey today. I don't know.
No, you got the people going, man.
It gets the people going.
Gets the people going.
I do think we have another super chat from 19HF. We didn't get to hit yet.
19HF.
Here we go. But nobody didn't believe in them after they traded Hill, and their offense was bad this year. Kelsey was right. But the thing, even after they traded Hill, it wasn't like everybody was like, Chiefs are going to lose the AFC West. And it's not that everybody didn't believe in the Chiefs.
No.
Maybe they were like, oh, maybe they'll take a step back, but they still were the best teams in the AFC.
And I think it's so corny. They didn't believe in us thing. It's
yeah,
so corny.
If you look at the odds, they were always in the top odds for the AFC. Like I said, they're looking for stuff at this point. It's like, did you watch the Last Dance with Michael Jordan?
Yeah.
Where he was like talking about, a player from another team, and he just was like, yeah, MJ didn't have a good night the other night. And he's like, I took that personal.
I took that personal.
That's what they were doing. They're like fishing for stuff. It's like fishing for compliments, but they're doing the opposite. Let's see. Got another person adding me on Venmo. Noah Santana.
Get in that duck race, baby. Get in that duck race, baby.
We got some people kind of adding up right now. Oh, wait. Did I miss something?
Did you miss something?
Oh, no. We got a good amount of people in the duck race.
There we go.
All right. So we have... I missed a couple people. Here we go. So we had Johnny B. Good twice. We have Navman. We have Noah Santana. Noah Santana he added me as a friend, and then he was like, I'm just going to send it anyway. Jason Goots. Dude, Goots, I hope you know it's all love, too. I'm just trying to do my job, be somebody who is covering the team, be an analyst of the game of football, and I can't lie to y'all. That's not what I do. I'm not here to lie to y'all and feed y'all BS. Whenever I see something, I want to be real with y'all. I'm not trying to be a hater. Maybe I did hate a little bit too much. But
just keeping it real, man. Don't let them think you're hating. Stand on business.
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be like the Raiders and stand on business. That's what I'm trying to do. Oh, and Johnny B. Good is just like put me in a ton. Okay, Johnny.
Okay, Johnny. Here's Johnny.
So we got, let's see. Winner of the race right now, $20 to win $120 right now on the Raiders Report. $20 to win $120. Not bad.
I'll take that.
Not too bad.
Take that all day.
So I had to double check this name real quick. Zegan Man 72. Can't wait to see Christian Wilkins in the silver and black. I'm going to be getting into watching the Raiders because of him. And I agree. Christian Wilkins, biggest splash signing for the Raiders by far this offseason. Maybe one of the biggest splash signings on the defensive side by any team this offseason. And I am just so thankful because we talked about it last year. Max Crosby did not have the help that he needed, and he still balled out. And if you're adding more pieces to this defensive line and maybe a year two Tyree Wilson who takes a step, Malcolm Koonce in a contract year who's looking to get paid, and then you add Christian Wilkins who just got the bag, this defensive line is looking mighty scary if you ask me. And I can't wait. Don't trust me. I cannot wait to see Christian Wilkins on this field, but I can't wait to see Max Crosby with a good defensive line next to him because we've seen what he can do with, not as good talent along the defensive line playing with him. Now we get to see him with a stacked defensive line. I'm really pumped up to see how he plays this year. It kind of reminds me of whenever the Bills first traded for Stephon Diggs and we saw Josh Allen kind of show that potential the year before, and then you add a guy like Stephon Diggs, and then he went off the next year. He was an MVP candidate. Maybe that's what we get with Max Crosby. Maybe he breaks this Raiders single-season sack record. Maybe he gets to 20 sacks this year because he finally isn't getting triple-teamed every single play because you have somebody else that the offensive line has to worry about in Christian Wilkins.
Yeah, I mean, what are you going to do now? You got to double Crosby.
Oh, shit! With Sergio Orozco! He's back! Sergio, what's good, man? Long time no see. Sergio. Let's go. Wow. I mean, blast from the past right there. I haven't seen you in a minute, but I'm glad to have you back, Sergio. Cheryl Ann is in. Cheryl.
You in?
You in. Another super chat coming in from Noah Santana. 100. Our QBs have everything to prove, no doubt, and in due time, whoever wins the battle will be good enough to take us to the playoffs. But even if we win 12 games and Dak is available, still take him. I mean, it just depends on the quarterback play. Because if you do win 12 games, I think the quarterback play had to have been much better than it was last season. I don't see this Raiders team winning 12 games if the quarterback play doesn't significantly improve from last year, because you really had nothing last year. I mean, you beat a Chiefs team with a quarterback who didn't complete a pass in the last 3 quarters of the game. So if you actually do have a quarterback that can do those things, then maybe you don't need to go out and get a Dak Prescott. I think you go out and get Dak, or you trade for somebody if Aiden and Gardner just really prove that they have no chance of being a sustained starter in this league. That's when you go out and get a Dak, or you trade up in the draft and get maybe a Cam Ward, a Shedeur Sanders, even though I don't really like Shedeur Sanders. I'd much rather get somebody else. Now, I've been playing a ton of college football, which we all know, obviously. I played it on the stream last week.
It didn't go so well.
You know who I really, and this is what I love about playing video games and playing college football, is you start to get to know some of these players that you had no idea about. Like, I cover high school football here in Dallas, so I knew about like Cade Klubnik and some of these other guys. But the quarterback for Arizona, Fafita, watch him this year.
Duke, Riley Leonard?
Yes, I was going to say Duke Leonard, but it's Riley Leonard.
Duke Leonard.
It's
yeah.
Riley. I knew it wasn't right. I was about to say Duke Leonard, but I was like, that doesn't seem like. Riley Leonard from Duke, went to Notre Dame this past season. I think he could possibly surprise some people and be a first round, maybe second, third round talent this year.
He was really good against Clemson last year. Really good.
Cade Klubnik as well. He's not draft eligible this year, is he?
No. He has one more year after this.
Yeah. Another guy that could possibly come onto the scene this year or next year. Keep on getting in those Venmos if you want to get in on our duck race right now. $20 will win you $130 on this duck race today. Remember, it's not Mitchell Renz. You got to Venmo me at Jeremy Chuggs if you want to get in on the duck race. So, get in right now, $20 entry. You'll win $130. The pot will keep on going up the more people get in and in. Pause. But add me at Jeremy Chuggs on Venmo. Like I said, if you send it to Mitch, that's just going to his drink fund in Mexico. Maybe another pina colada on the beach. He had a nice little run on the beach this morning.
I did see that.
The streak lives on.
The streak will always live on.
Dude's going to be 55. 15,000 day streak. I'm running.
We got day 9,325.
I remember chocolates. I hated them. Philip B., what's poppin', Chuggs? Brand new whip just hopped in. You know what it is. Sergio just had family problems, and I have oh, wow. Sergio, well, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm glad you're back. Obviously, family comes first. Anytime you have anything going on with your family, you got to make sure all that is solid. I'm just glad you're back. I didn't know where you went. I was worried about you for a little bit, but I love to hear that you're back in town. The boys are back in town.
The boys are back in town.
The boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. If y'all have any more questions, if you want to get in some more hashtag Raiders or Super Chats, we can do that. If not, I'm about to send this list over to Chip, and then we'll get the duck race, and then we'll probably, hang out for a couple more minutes and then head out. Can't get right. Wow, what do you mean? What? That's a classic. That's like saying you don't like, what's the song from Journey? Don't Stop Believing.
Oh, come on. Like, it's a classic.
Don't stop believing. All right, I'm going to go ahead and send it to TV. Last chance to get in before we get this duck race going. Producer Reed in the building. How are we doing?
In the building.
Producer Chip in there.
I don't need to
Wait,
be
today's
in
your
there.
birthday?
No. It's not till Tuesday.
Oh, okay. I was like,
We're going out for his birthday tonight, though.
Yes, sir.
are we going out on Tuesday?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Everybody spam congrats to Chip as well. His like we said, his long distance girlfriend's in town tonight, so we know what that means. We already had $5 to the Chip condom fund.
We're up all night to get lucky.
We're up all night together. Get you some, Chip. Get you some.
Look at Johnny B. Good in here.
If I was a Chip, I'd be a Cool Ranch.
You know me.
Jake Serb said, "Get you some, fam."
Yes, sir. Danielle thinks you can't sing. Says you really think you can sing, Chuggs.
I can definitely sing.
Sing us something.
I can definitely sing. Just a small town girl
Oh, hold on.
living in a lonely world.
Sounds like Jack.
My wife took the midnight train going anywhere.
Sounds like Jack Black.
Just a city boy, born and raised in Las Vegas. He took the midnight train going anywhere.
Come on. That's America's Got Talent.
Strangers listening up and down the boulevard and shadows working in the night.
Little do we know that Chuggs is planning to go on The Voice here next
Street
season.
lights, people.
The Chip Tua.
The Chip Tour.
Who said that? Yo, Kevin, the Chip Tua. Why couldn't I get famous off something like that, huh? Did you guys see the Hawk Tua girl was on stage at some rock concert?
I did see
There was
that.
no applause. It was silent. Oh, it was so embarrassing.
She waited a little bit too long. You got to capitalize. We are
Waited too long to reveal who she was.
we are a what's next society, and she tried to come out like a month after the clip went viral. If you want to capitalize on it, you got to get your name out and get that quick.
Yeah.
People are saying, here, I'll try. I don't know if he'll be. I'll try to FaceTime him right now to see what he's doing.
You gonna FaceTime Mitch?
Yeah. Let's see. Get excuse these.
An excursion.
Let's see.
Uh-oh. Pick up the phone, baby.
My wife said, "I'm so embarrassed right now." She's doing the thing where she's blushing and she's like, "I'm so embarrassed," but really she loves it. She absolutely loves it. I sing her.
Is she in here right now?
Yeah.
Encore.
Danielle.
I'm so embarrassed.
I sing her to I sing her to sleep every single night. So no way she doesn't love it.
She just wanted the world to hear it.
She doesn't have your last name on
Nah, maybe
her YouTube.
hot seat.
Hot seat.
Hot seat.
Things
Damn.
are rocky in the Bentley
Mitch on the hot
household.
seat. He
Yeah.
didn't answer.
Maybe let me try
Things are rocky in the Bentley household.
in the
Uh-oh.
Looks like Chuggs sleeping on the couch. All right.
Joke's on you, my Xbox is next to the couch.
Joke's on you. I have a lot of recruiting to do today.
A lot of recruiting to get done.
Let's see. I'm trying to call Chase. Maybe they're not ready. Yeah, looks like we're not going to be able to get them.
Dang.
Damn, brutal.
Brutal. That is damn brutal.
Is your girl tough? All right.
My
I'll
camera's cut out.
Yo.
Oh, I'm back.
We're so back.
So back.
All right. I'll check one. Wait. One more.
One more?
I need you to put one more name on. Darth Fatass.
Ooh.
Should I'll leave it up to the chat. Yes or no? Should I pay for Chip to be in this race?
We can leave it up in the chat. I don't need to be in the race, but
Yes or no? I'll pay for Chip to get in the race if y'all say yes. I think it's just a connection thing.
Yeah.
We're about to get off.
Yeah,
so
we're done. It's fine.
we're done. Let me know yes or no. Do we let Chip in, and he maybe gets lucky twice today?
You never know.
We never know.
You never know.
I'm seeing some. Okay, I'm seeing some
All
yeses.
right, there's a lot of yeses.
I'm seeing some yeses. So that means the winner will get $190 hairs.
Woo!
Sheesh.
Chip's in there.
So what? We got 15 names, right? Yeah, that makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
With counting me. Yeah.
Oh wait, no, yeah, my math was totally off. 15 names, $150. Yeah, bad on me. Bad on me.
Right? Yeah. I don't know. Math is hard.
Chip.
You know, we're getting wicked here right now.
We're getting wicked.
We're getting wicked here right now.
All right, let's get into this duck race before we get any more off the rails. Last person in I have is Darth Badass.
Wait, Darth what?
Darth Fatass.
I thought you said Darth Badass. You said Darth Fatass?
His name is Darth Fatass.
Wait. I don't think it's going to show.
Star.
What, yeah, it's just Darth Star.
That's
but
fine.
We'll know who it is.
We'll know who it is. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We're going El Clasico. A little
Yeah, just classic duck.
traditional ducks.
Ducks are in a row.
All right. Well, I usually don't do the countdown, so this is a little new for me. I feel a little new. Okay. Listen to me now. All right. Here we go. In 5, 4.
And they're off.
They're off. Let me know if you got that reference. Y'all might be too young to get that reference.
I didn't get the reference.
The 5, 4.
Oh, is that iCarly?
No.
Oh.
Not a chance. It's from a movie.
Oh.
5, 4, 3.
I'm holding the lead right now, baby.
Chip's in the lead. Oh, they got it. The chat knows what's up.
Oh, Wayne's World?
I think it was from Wayne's World 2. Oh, was it 2 or 1?
Wayne's World.
I can't
Totally.
I can't remember if it was 1 or 2, but they were like 5, 4.
What was the movie?
Oh, I fell off.
What was the movie with?
Chip's done.
Oh, 10 seconds left.
Chip's done.
Oh!
Oh.
Jason Goots.
Oh, I'm not done yet, baby.
Here comes Chip. Here comes Chip.
Oh.
Jason Goots.
Oh, Jason Goots. Noah, did my duck have chicken pox? I think it was a clown duck. I think it was a clown duck. Who got last place? We got to make sure to see who can get the bunghole pick.
Last place, it wasn't me, luckily. Butthole pick goes to
John!
Congratulations.
The real prize.
The real prize.
All right, let me pull up Jason Goots. Ooh,
The chicken pox.
the chicken bags. Chicken Pam.
I replied to Noah Santana all the time on community.
Noah Santana.
Number 17. Jason Goots. Civet sending over $150 hairs right now.
Congratulations, man.
Let me know that you got it in the chat. Mr. Gutierrez, let me know if you got it in the chat. There's some holes in this house. There's some holes in this house.
What's up?
Venom Soda.
Yo, what was the movie with Ashton Kutcher where he's like, "What's yours say, dude? What's mine say?" Wait, do you remember like the?
Oh
tattoo?
yeah, and they one said dude and the other one said no way or something.
It's no. I gotta find that.
Jason said he got it. I wouldn't say this is a total shit show of a day. I mean, it was decent. We had a decent day. I took a boot. We did some stuff. not a lot of times that me and Chip are on live today.
No, I mean,
we usually, for happy hours, we usually have a tradition here at the Raiders Report. And people in the comments might know what it is. If y'all are down to sing it with me.
Oh, of course. No. No. You don't just get to escape.
Yeah. Smitty, get your blind ass in here. Let's go.
Come on, Smitty.
So it's from Dude, Where's My Car?
Yes.
And it's, Dude. All right, what's mine say? Sweet.
Unfazed. I'm not drunk yet because I've only done a couple beer bongs. And a boot.
Oh, let's sing Happy Birthday, yeah.
But the real ones know what's coming up. And it's about that time, boys.
Is it that time?
It's about that time. Closing time. Open all the doors and let you out into the world. Closing time. Turn on all the lights on over every boy and Chip's girl.
The audible.
Closing time. One last call for alcohol, so finish your whiskey or beer. Closing time. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. 'Cause I know who I wanna take me home. I know who I wanna take me home. I know who I wanna take me home. Take me home. From me, from Reed, from Chip, even from Smitty, from all the way in the other room. We're all wishing y'all a happy weekend. Mitch isn't going to be back until next Wednesday, I believe. Maybe I go live on Monday or Tuesday, but at the very least, I will bring you more Raiders updates, more Raiders content throughout the week until Mitch gets back. That is my promise to you. So until next time, everybody have a safe weekend. Everybody, make it back here on Monday, and let's go Raiders.